I see you could drag yourself away from the ironing.
Well, you sounded so desperate and needy on the phone. I hope I didn't take you away from an important mission like rescuing a cat from a tree or helping a damsel fix her stiletto heel.
I would say get a room, you two, but I'm still holding on to the faint hope of having a chance myself.
I'm not sure which of us you're hoping for, but judging by the company you keep, you've got more chance with him.
Let's just get down to business. Okay, how much do you want for this hunk of scrap?
Whoa, hold about a second.
What's wrong, Melvin?
You can't just buy a car without knowing anything about it. You've got to kick the tyres and ask a few questions, mate.
I suppose you're right. Oh, holy crap, that's hard!
They're bulletproof.
There you go, now you learn something about the car. Plus you now have an extra incentive to buy it as you're no longer able to walk home.
I have some questions about the car.
Of course, that big round thing in front of the driver's seat is the steering wheel.
And I guess that stick marked park and reverse is where you hang your purse. I suppose, being a girl, you can't tell me anything about the engine.
It's a 6.5-liter V8 with quad overhead camshaft and fully electronic fuel injection. The original hemispherical combustion chamber has been replaced with an active chamber for improved efficiency and heat dissipation. I noticed that the original fuel pump was struggling, so I replaced it with a new model which has 10 inlet and outlet valves and redesigned end caps.
I see. I see. Vroom vroom! Is the bodywork bulletproof?
The windows are made up of multiple layers of ballistic glass, which are laminated to a polycarbonate shield. The body is comprised of ballistic nylon, high-hardened ballistic steel, and Ultra Shield 3000.
Well, that sounds pretty sturdy.
It's very resilient, but I recommend you upgrade to something with more protection.
Why? Have you been seriously injured while driving this vehicle?
No, but I don't have a knack of pissing people off like you do.
That's true. You're the only person I know who gets death threats from the Salvation Army.
Where are the guns and missiles at?
It doesn't have any weapons. I'm a non-violent superhero.
Ha! What do you do? Nag supervillains to death?
Oh, I'm such a ditz, I dropped the keys. Would you be a doll and pick them up for me?
Well, I'm nothing if not a gentleman.
Did I mention that, as well as being non-violent, I'm also very clumsy?
It's unconventional, but a very effective weapon nonetheless. I'm a bit worried about the fluffy dice.
They're not part of the car, dummy. They just untie.
It's not that. I noticed they obscure the rearview mirror. Didn't they get in the way when you were doing your makeup while driving?
Jackass.
I don't need to learn anymore.
Just as well. I'm not sure you're capable.
Why did we have to meet in the parking lot behind the 125th precinct?
I just happened to be in the area. Plus, I thought it would be handy to have reliable witnesses around if you start brutalizing a jaywalker or something.
That was completely uncalled for.
Thank you, faithful assistant.
I'll have you know I'm a very reliable witness.
Okay, how much do you want for this hunk of scrap?
I'll accept $500,000.
Sister, you must have been huffing scouring powder when you were cleaning the sink this morning. This heap isn't worth a fraction of that.
I know, but you're forgetting 3 things. Number 1, you need a vehicle fit for a superhero. And number 2, I know you're getting a huge payoff from the television studio.
And number 3?
I hate you.
Fine, I'll write you a check.
Let me see your driver's license first.
Why? Is there a bottle of whiskey in the glove compartment?
There are laws about selling cars of this spec. I can only sell to someone who has passed his superhero class driving exam.
I've never heard of anything like that before.
You don't appear to have heard of underarm deodorant either, but I can assure you they both exist.
Fine, I'll bring you my license. If they give them out to women, they can't be very hard to acquire. I need some time to think about it.
Of course you do. You only have a man's brain.
Huddle time, Melvin. How do I change back into Kyle, old friend?
Well, you just change your clothes and ruffle your hair a bit, don't you?
Oh no, that's not it at all. If I did that, I'd still be me. I'd still be thinking like the purple Patriot.
Are you telling me that you've got two distinct personas in that head of yours? No wonder it's so big.
What could my change mechanism be?
How should I know? You didn't come with an instruction manual, you know. What do other superheroes do?
Go into phone booths, spin around madly, get incredibly angry, and ignite their bodies to a surface temperature of 3 million degrees Celsius.
Well, try them out then. All except that last one. You really want to be entirely sure that's the right one before doing that.
That's all for now, old chum. It's where I keep my knickknacks.
I always assumed you wore boxers. Don't open it. The world is not ready for the contents of your underwear drawer. I was honestly expecting to see spirits escape him.
I suppose this camera's worth taking.
I've played this game before. There's no batteries in it.
No, actually, it's fully charged.
Blimey, another cliché successfully avoided.
You'd better take the camera. If this works, I want to change back again as soon as possible.
Do you know you've got some photos already on this card?
No, those are just the sample pictures which came with the camera.
No, they're not. The timestamp shows they're recent.
Don't look at those!
Oh my God. I can't believe my eyes.
Well, that's it. Now you know my shameful secret.
I can't believe it. Where'd you keep them?
In a lockbox next to the closet.
Do you feed them? Is it safe to get them wet?
Of course! They're not gremlins, you know.
And you've got all of them?
Yep. All the ones who didn't end up as lunch for next door's cat, anyway.
Wow. You're like a real-life Gargamel.
No luck, old chum. I guess this is not the right method.
At least give it a chance, mate. You can't just galumph in there and expect it to happen automatically. You have to put some effort in. You have to generate some energy.
You think?
Of course. If it happened just by walking into the phone booth, superheroes would never be able to phone their spouses to tell them they'll be late for dinner. There's obviously a knack to it.
I guess that does make sense. All right, I'll give it a shot.
I hope he's coming back. He had my subway ticket in his pocket. Can we go again? I had the shutter speed all wrong.
I fear this wasn't the right technique to turn me back into Kyle.
In retrospect, we probably should have known you were on the wrong track when it didn't work the second you stepped in there. No, don't punch the messenger. What was next on your list?
Spinning around like a whirling dervish.
That's a relief. After all the accidents you've had lately, getting you to spin around madly can't possibly go wrong.
The integrity of the box appears to have been compromised by the impact when the booth was demolished.
You mean it's open, right?
It is now. There must be $200 in quarters in here. I'll take the money with me.
Yeah, no sense leaving it here. Some bastard will only nick it.
Yeah.
Purple Patriot, nice to see you again.
I think I've turned invisible again.
If only you could manage mute as well.
Do you know anything about a superhero class on the driver's license?
Why, yes, it's arranged through a dedicated office at City Hall.
Can't you do anything for me here? I hate standing around in queues for hours at City Hall.
What makes you think the bureaucracy here is any better? Do you know how many forms I have to fill out just to get a new ink cartridge for the laser printer? Excuse me. Do you know how many forms I make Melvin fill out just to get a new ink cartridge for the laser printer?
7. 9 if it's the colour cartridges.
Anyway, you won't have to worry too much about queues. Superheroes have been incredibly hesitant to register with City Hall since the scheme began. It's like they think Senator Kelly and Senator Keene are going to ban excessive violence or send giant robots out looking for superheroes who don't follow the rules.
Chumps. Thank you for your time, Lieutenant.